There's a lot of tension down the course. The home favourites, Leander, on the left of your screen with the pink blades. Racing the mighty Yale University, who've had a fantastic season. The Americans have really come here determined to carry off the ladies' plate, and I think they've gone into a slight lead against Leander Club, the home favourites.
Very aggressive start. These two crews both hit the same time to the barrier. That's the first major marker on the course yesterday. Very similar time to Fawley, which is getting off halfway down the course, so it's hard to call the form. Looks to me like Yale have got a more aggressive start here, and they're being warmed by the umpire. You can see again the wind going from right to left on your screens, pushing them across as they clear the end of the island. They've steered back, but that will cost them a little bit, but they're already half a length up.
It's nice to see that looking behind, you know, the eye can sort of say that, yeah, Yale did get that start. And, well, if you're supporting the Brits, there they are, the Leander crew, stroked by Matt Roster. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, because they do have a fantastic finish. This is their water, and they will come back into this race. But Yale have really gone out with an intent, and look at the aggression with which the Americans on July the 4th, Independence Day, have really blasted out. Do you think that will cost them with the headwind, Matt?
Well, let's see. As I say, they were even speed yesterday to the first major timing point, and today it looks like 3/4 of a length in favour of Yale, the winner of this year's Harvard-Yale boat race. Some confidence building from doing that. Look at the stroke man there. His legs really slammed down, and you can see the draw on his arms as he sweeps that all through, trying to put in a solid rhythm for the crew behind him as they get towards the phase of the race where they have to stride out and be efficient.
That's Nathaniel Goodman in the stroke seat of the Washington crew, and he used to be coached by Jerry Michaels, of course, son of Bob Michaels of the Lee Rowing Club, a Brit who went over to America. Sadly, Bob Michaels isn't with us anymore, but the Montclair High School stroke man has taken his Yale crew off at a fantastic rate, and they have a significant lead over Leander, but Leander are looking cool. They're looking good. This race is by no means over, Matt.
The question for the Leander guys is, are they able to stay in touch and efficient? And the question is, have Yale done far too much, far too early? They've been warned again, the Yale crew. See how close the braids are starting to come there. That will cost them again if they have to steer away as they are now doing.
This is like the boat race, isn't it? I'd just love to see some clashing of the blades. I think that would be even more excitement than we're already getting. So, on the left of your picture on Independence Day, it's the crew from Yale, the Ivy League champions. That's the East Coast League on America of all the top universities. They are the quickest crew. Princeton, Harvard, and Yale are the fastest crew, but they are inconsistent. They didn't make the final of the Nationals. They had to row in the small final of that event, came back, beat Harvard for the first time in 8 or 9 years. So we know they're quick, and you're seeing it today. They have a 1-length lead over the home crew, Leander Club, the best 8 men from Leander Club in the pink blades. And this is starting to look a little ominous, Matt.
Yeah, Leander, just a bit of overlap, but the bow person in the Leander boat, the bowman there, won't be able to see anymore the Yale boat out of the corner of his eye, and that's a problem, because you then start to feel that they've gone away and you're not sure how far. If Leander are able to hold on now, potentially Yale feel it's too expensive, and they start to feel very, very heavy in the legs. So it's not quite over yet, but Leander really have to put on a push through the middle section of the course here, and it looks like they may be able to do that.
I've seen some fantastic finishes from Leander in this event, so you know, my instinct says Yale are going to win this race, but I know Leander have got a sprint finish in them. The Matt Beachy coach crew, he likes to have a gin and tonic at the start of the day's racing when
calm the nerves.
And I think they are moving fractionally back. They've certainly got an overlap, and that is going to be good news, because it will really give them some motivation to really sprint into the finish, and their Cox, Morgan, Bain and Williams will really be able to use that. They're moving gradually back up the Washington boat, and they're past the Upper Thames Rowing Club. We're over halfway, ladies and gentlemen, on this grueling Henley course. We have about 2.5, 3 minutes of rowing to go, and Leander have kept their form throughout, and if they can charge, if Yale have gone off too fast, the British could come back and make this an epic finish.
This is the part of the race where people used to 2,000 metres start to question themselves. If you're ahead, you feel like you've gone off with an expensive start. You haven't quite shaken them off. You don't really want to sit on an overlap. You want to break to clear water before you start to think about easing back. So it's pretty tough for Yale here. Being warned again by the umpire, seeming to want to stay right in the middle of this course here. And you can see Leander staying to the left, but it looks like Yale have managed to fight back as Leander pushed and pushed, but haven't closed the gap.
So this Yale crew, coach of course by Steve Gladstone, he's been around quite a few programs. He used to be the head coach at Cal Berkeley, was replaced there when he went to Yale by Mike Tatey. The famous American Olympic coach took their American crew to the Athens Olympic gold in 2004. But it's taken a while for Steve Gladstone to really get this Yale program to fruition, and he seems to have done a fantastic job in 2015, because Yale are proving why they are the Ivy League, the East Coast champions. They are bettering Leander Club's crew, the best that the United Kingdom has to offer. Fantastic rowers in this boat. George Ross, Tom George, Morgan Bain and Williams, we've spoken about the Cox. Francis Highton, of course, an old boy of Hampton School, where both you and I have worked and been pupils at, Matt.
Yeah, and I think now we're into the closing stages. There's tremendous support for the American crews here this Henley. We've had more American crews enter, I think, than ever before, and lots of Americans on the bank through the enclosures. What a place for them to watch their sons win in this case. Many of the families have joined them here.
Yeah, and of course it's brilliant that we've got families here, and any friends that can't be here to watch, they're watching now on this YouTube channel. They're watching these fantastic pictures, this amazing effort from the men in blue on Independence Day from Yale University. They lead the best that British can offer.
Leander won't let go here. Look at that. They're coming back, almost closing to a canvas of overlap here, possibly just in touch there with the camera angle. But well done to Leander for really pushing through. It looks like it's Yale's race as they reach the finish in the next few strokes.
So Steve Gladstone has really turned the Yale programme around. They won the Harvard-Yale race this year. They've now beaten Leander at Henley on Independence Day. It doesn't get much better than that unless they can win tomorrow's final.